What's up, world? Back again with another video. Y'all already know, man. So I got a comment, right? This comment right here. They asking what the pay looking like at FFE, Frozen Food Express. So this video I'm gonna talk about the pay at FFE, Frozen Food Express, if y'all don't know. You know what I'm saying? So let's get into it. First and foremost, I'm gonna need y'all to like this video. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel. If you're watching this video and you haven't subscribed yet, man, what is you doing, man? You being childish. Honestly, you really are being childish. You know what I mean? If you really think about it, you being childish right now. Like, hit that subscribe button. It don't take you nothing to hit that subscribe button. So tap in, hit that subscribe button. Go back, watch some of my previous videos. Tell me how you feel about them. Leave a comment. You already know the scope. So when it comes to the pay at FFE, it depends on the position that you get or that you apply for. You know, so they have long haul, they have regional, and they have local. So when it comes to the local, you get paid hourly. Therefore, the hourly pay depends on which terminal you're working for. I know when I was in Missouri, homie that was working hourly, I think he said he was only getting like, with his experience, he was only getting like 25 an hour, if I'm not mistaken. And they do take into consideration the amount of experience you have as well. So on that pay scale, it goes 0 to 6 months, one pay. You know what I mean? Like one hourly wage. You know, 6 months to a year, you get a different hourly wage. So and so forth and so on. So the pay, honestly, it depends on the amount of experience you have and what terminal you're working at. Because I want to say in Missouri, they start you off at $21 an hour, but the terminal in Salt Lake starts you off at $28 an hour, or something like that, like 28 or 31, one or two. But I know it's pretty high. And so I'm assuming it goes by the city and state that you're doing hourly in, and what their minimum wage is, things like that, their cost of living. I'm pretty sure they take that in consideration, because like I said, the hourly wage per hour in Missouri is 21, and the one in Salt Lake is 28. So I'm sure they take the cost of living and the minimum wage into consideration when they're doing these hourly wages. You know what I mean? So it all depends on what terminal you're working at when it comes to the hourly wage. For regional, I want to say, I talked to homie, I want to say regional, because regional drivers, they do some local, they get paid hourly and they get paid per mile. So it all depends on the amount of miles you're going for that load. I want to say if it's under 300, you're going to get paid per hour. If it's 300 and more, you're going to get paid per mile. So when it comes to regional, you can get both. You can get hourly wage and you can get, you know what I mean, cent per mile. You know what I mean? When it comes to the cent per mile, it's the same with the hourly wage as well. They go by how much experience you have. So 0 to 6 months, I want to say is like 57 cents per mile. 6 to a year, 59, so forth and so on. Look, I'm gonna post the chart right here, because it's really on the website. It's really on the website. So I'm not telling y'all anything that's not on the website. Well, at least as far as the hourly wages, I don't think that's on the website. But boom, check me out. you know, I got y'all. You know, that's why y'all come to my page. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give y'all the information that y'all looking for, so y'all ain't gotta be going through. Cause I know you can be a little bit lazy, but don't worry, I got you. I want you to be lazy. That's why you come to my page, so you can be lazy, and I'm gonna give you the information that you're looking for, and you can go on make your decisions, and you know what I mean, keep winning out here in these streets. So, boom. Check the chart out. That's the cost per mile right there. Boom. Right there. I'm trying to tell y'all. I'm not gonna tell you nothing that's off. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna lead y'all the wrong way. So, cost per mile, or cent per mile, I should say, depends on experience, and yeah, what you gonna get per week depends on what the dispatch give you. You know what I'm saying? You may get weeks where you're getting like 2,300 miles that week, but they might throw you a couple of locals at the same time, because if y'all watch any of my previous videos, y'all see that I've done local jobs before, and I'm a long haul driver. So, you know what I mean? And I'm not afraid to ask for work. So if I'm doing a long haul drive and I get there on a Tuesday or a Wednesday, and they're telling me that they won't have a load ready for me until Friday, I'm not about to be sitting around for 2 days. Man, look, what y'all got? Closed mouth does not get fed. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta speak up. Me, I'm cool with doing a local. I'm not tripping. I'll do a little local. Sometimes I want to chill, but for the most part, I'm gonna do a local. So you may get like 2,300 miles, and then you may get a couple of local loads. So you know it's gonna be decent. You know what I mean? Sometimes you're gonna get like 2,800 miles. You know what I mean? Like sometimes you're gonna get somewhere close to 3,000 miles. So it all really depends on what the dispatch give you. You know what I'm saying? So that's all. That's what it all depends on. But I will say, you know, when it comes to the pay, y'all know I'm not about to give y'all exact numbers, because I don't know, man. You know, sure, I'm just not gonna give y'all the exact numbers. But at the same time, when it comes to the pay, you gonna do decent. And when I say that, bro, because when it comes to me, like when it comes to me, right, my situation could be different than your situation. You know what I mean? Like, all money is good money to me, because you know, I don't have a lot of overhead. Like, I don't have a lot of bills. I don't have this. I don't have that. Like, my overhead is super low. Like, y'all know what Don Kennedy said, man. My bill's too low for me to fall off. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have bills like that. Therefore, you know, all money is good money. A lot of drivers, you know, they may have different situations. They might have, you know, family at home. They might have, you know, 4 or 5 kids. They might have 2, 3 kids. You know what I mean? They might have a kid over here, kid over there, kid over there, kid over there. You know, you never know. So, like, X amount of money is not going to be good money to them, but X amount of money will be cool with me. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of how I go. But don't get it twisted. I want to make all the money. You know what I'm saying? I want all the money. Therefore, I want to get as many miles as I can possibly get in the week. And I want to take as many locals as I can in the week, because shoot, I just want to get all the money. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I just want to get all the money, man. So when it comes to the numbers, I would say one thing that I would recommend, if you are considering coming to FFE, which if you are, you know what I mean, congrats to you. Make sure you plug me in too. Let them know that I sent you to FFE, man. If you can, if you remember, like, yo, it's a dude doing YouTube. Then give them my YouTube channel name. Tell them like, oh, Quick Fix Academy. They'll put 2 and 2 together, and then they'll show love. You know what I'm saying? So, if I were you and you were considering coming to FFE, when it comes to the pay, when you get hired, be upfront with them. Like, look, this is what I need. This is what I need. Therefore, if they're not able to meet your standards, it shouldn't be any issue with you, you know what I mean, needing to move around if you need to move around. But you should let them know off top, like, look, this is what I need. This is how many miles I want to do. And I need this in order to maintain my lifestyle. I'm sure if you do that, they'd be perfectly fine with that. You know what I mean? So that's what I would recommend you doing. I know when I first was starting off, I was getting like little lows, like, 800 here, 800 there, and then a couple of locals. And then I was doing that for a few weeks, and then, you know, I called dispatch. I'm like, hey, y'all hired me for long haul, right? And it was like, yeah. I'm like, well, you know, I haven't been really getting no long hauls. I've been getting some locals and things like that, but I would prefer, you know what I mean, to hit the ground running. Like, get me rocking and rolling. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need a little bit more. And ever since then, you know, I haven't really had an issue when it comes to like the miles. You know what I mean? I've been doing pretty decent. You know, from time to time, don't get it twisted. Like, you know, these companies, you know, they're not gonna be peaches and cream every week. You know what I mean? You're gonna have some weeks where you're gonna like, oh man, I wish I would have had more miles. But at the same time, you know, they do a good job with, you know, keeping the wheels rolling for sure. So, and y'all know if they did not, let y'all know. You know, I ain't afraid. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna get on this YouTube, and I'm gonna let y'all know, bro. I don't care who's watching, because at the end of the day, like, I was told one thing: if y'all don't do what y'all told me, then I'm gonna let them know about it. 2, I'm gonna let y'all know about it. Yeah, and that's just how it is. So, you know, for the most part, they've been doing a good job when it comes to the miles and keeping my wheels rolling. So I really don't have any complaints when it comes to that. But I gave y'all the numbers, therefore you can kind of get on your calculator and do your math when it comes to you can do your math when it comes to how much you can possibly get per week. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's definitely some good bread. But like I said, it all depends on your situation and what do you consider good bread. So, you know what I mean? Yeah, I'm gonna end the video like that. If y'all got any other questions, oh no, I'm not gonna end the video. They do pay you for breakdown. They do pay you for layover. And then you just put all that information in on your tablet. You know what I mean? They have like a button you can click. Oh, layover, request layover pay, request breakdown pay. You know, things like that. So, and they do a good job with paying y'all. They not trying to play around with your money. Like, when I first started, I rented a car in order to get to my driving test and get to the terminal. I sent them my receipt. They paid me for that. You know what I mean? Like, so they not gonna play around with your money. I know I hear a lot of stories about, you know, these companies playing around with y'all money and things like that. One thing FFE does not do is play around with your bread. They got the bread, so they not gonna play around with you when it comes to the bread. I feel like a lot of these companies, they really don't be having that bread. Therefore, you know what I mean, they be trying to do anything and everything in order to not pay somebody, which is crazy. But at the same time, like, if you ain't got it, you ain't got it. So FFE does a great job when it comes to, you know, paying the drivers, especially for, you know what I mean, anything that you have to come out of pocket with. Like, for example, I needed to get my fifth wheel. I need to grease up my fifth wheel. I wasn't at the terminal. Shoot, I bought some grease, You know what I mean? They was like, man, make sure you send me the picture of the receipt. Make sure you email us and all that other stuff so we can reimburse you. And that's just how they are. You know what I mean? So they gonna give you your bread when it comes to the pay, and when it comes to you having to get something for the truck, they're gonna give you your bread. They're gonna reimburse you. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's the pay, that's the breakdown. Now I'm gonna end the video because I had to make sure I added that in there. Make sure y'all knew that, you know what I mean, y'all gonna get paid for the breakdown, y'all gonna get paid for the layover, things like that. Layover more so is for like the locals and the regional. You're not gonna really get any layover when it comes to long haul. Basically, you just hooking and dropping. That's pretty much it. So layover not necessarily for the long haul, but just in case you are in that situation, especially if you are a long haul driver and you decide to do some local runs, you know what I mean, in between loads, you know what I mean, you will get paid for the layover. So don't trip. They're gonna get you your bread. That's it for this video. I appreciate y'all watching this video entirely. Like I said before, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Continue supporting. As always, y'all stay safe out there. Make sure you stay safe. Keep trucking and always utilize your gifts.